Sleep is one of those habits that impact every single aspect of your life. So if you don't sleep correctly, you won't be able to perform as well as you want to. You will be more anxious and depressed in your day-to-day life. That has been scientifically proven in many studies. For a long time, I neglected my sleep, especially when I first discovered this self-improvement space, this discipline, hard work, work harder than everyone else space. Because a lot of people were telling me online that, oh yeah, don't only sleep for 3 hours. Sleep is not that important. Sleep as l- little as you can, so that you can work more. So I started to sleep to shorten my sleep window more and more and more. Because there were some people out there like The Rock that were like, oh yeah, I only sleep for 3 hours, and it's because I work harder than everyone else. And I believe that working harder than everyone else was related to sleeping less than everyone else. But that's a total lie, and I realized it a little bit later. If you want to be super, I really realize that, in my opinion, and a lot of people have proven it, scientific studies and everything. If you truly want to surpass everyone else, to outperform everyone else, to be better than everyone else, you need to have to sleep in a way better manner than average people, than everyone else. Because most people nowadays, because of school, work, and also because of bad habits, don't sleep well at all. Most people get like 6 hours in bed, not even 6 hours of sleep, 6 hours in bed. So around 5 hours to 4.5 hours of sleep. And that sleep is most likely not even that deep because most people have some bad habits that affect the sleep negatively, like poor diets. They don't have like an unwind routine, like a night routine. I think everyone should have a phase in their life where they're really focused on sleep. And I'm slowly getting into that phase. And I've learned recently some really good things about sleep and how to improve my sleep. And I've tried them and I found something that have greatly helped this last week with my sleep. I've to first sleep faster and having and sleeping like having a deeper sleep. That's what I want to use in this video. So the first thing, something you've probably heard from other people. You've probably heard it a thousand times, but I'm going to repeat it right now because it's extremely important. Go to sleep at the same time every day. You go to sleep at the same time every day. That's extremely important, and I didn't really know how important it was until I recently watched a podcast from Andrew Huberman talking about circadian rhythm. And in that podcast, he kind of explained, like I think it was a podcast he had with some a guy called something Panda, and in that podcast, they said that your body's a little bit, the body has some kind of like a clock. When you go to sleep, for example, at 8 a.m. one day, and then the next day, no, not 8 a.m., 8 p.m. one day, and then the next day you go to sleep at 1 p.m. But no, what not 1 p.m. At 8 you go first, if you're on the first day, you go to sleep at 8 p.m. And on the second day, you go to sleep at 9 p.m., for example. On the going to sleep later on the second day is going to affect first your metabolism negatively. And on the third day, you're going to have some difficulty falling asleep, even if you try to go to bed at 8 p.m. again. So going to sleep on different times not going to sleep at the same time every day. It's gonna have a negative effect, firstly, on your metabolism, on your sleep, and yeah. So try to go to sleep at the same time every day. And I know a lot of people say I cannot go to sleep at the same time every day because of school, because of work. On weekends, I have more free time, so I'm able to sleep longer, go to sleep at the same time, to go to sleep a little bit earlier. But I'm sure you can find a way to go to sleep at the same time every day, even on weekends. There shouldn't be a difference between weekends and weekdays when it comes to sleep. So find a time that you can go to sleep even on work days, even if it's like 8 p.m. or 12 p.m. and go to sleep at that time every single day. Every single day. There might be some day where you're gonna miss it, but most of the time, most of the nights, try to find a way to go to sleep at the same time every day. And also at the same time, try to allocate at least 8.5 hours in bed. Because a lot of people confuse, and I did for a long time, confuse time in bed with time asleep. And those are two different things. If you want to sleep 8 hours, you shouldn't go to bed, stay in bed for exactly 8 hours. You should stay in bed for at least 8 hours and 45 minutes. Now we're going to go up to 9 hours, 9.5 hours. I stay in bed for exactly 8 hours and 45 minutes because I know first to fall asleep I need like 10 to 15 minutes. And then during the sleep, even if you don't notice it, you're gonna wake up at some. You're gonna wake up at some points. You're not gonna remember. Most of the time, you're not gonna remember it later on. But you're gonna wake up pretty, like, not that frequently, but you're gonna wake up sometimes during your sleep. And not all phases of your sleep are really that deep. That's why you should stay 45 to 1 hour longer in bed than you um actually want to sleep. That's really important. I discovered it not so long ago from Hamza. He talked about it. He said, but it makes sense because most of people don't realize it. But time in bed is not equal time asleep. So allocate more time in bed. The second thing that I've been doing very recently is stretching shortly before going to bed. I've like in the past I used to stretch in the morning or like part of my morning routine. But like I said in one of my previous video, I don't really have a morning routine anymore. When I wake up, I go straight to work, like I'm doing right now. I just woke up at 4:30. I then scripted this video and then I'm recording this right now. So find a way to do some stretching. It doesn't need to be long. You need to like hold like those stretches for like 30 seconds, do like 5 or 6 or 7 of them, and stretch like as part of nightly routine after brushing your teeth before going to bed. Start stretching. Do some different stretching. Stretch your whole body. Stretch your shoulders, your traps, your back, your stomach, your legs, your calves. So do some just whole body stretching. It's gonna help your body to relax because your body needs to be really relaxed before going to bed. And doing all those stretching is gonna help you to relax your body. And stretching, I think if you do it correctly, I think it can slow your heart rate down. And that's what also so what's that's what is extremely important in night routine. The goal there is to slow your heart rate down, relax your body and slow your heart rate down. That's the goal with the night routine. And I think stretching can do it if you do it correctly. Yeah. So do some stretching. It might be a little bit uncomfortable, but just do it. And yeah. And the third thing is to do some breath work after the stretching. So you stretch, after brush your teeth, you start stretching, and after you're done with stretching, do some breath work. But specifically, not do it like sitting down And like I think sometimes I used to do some breath work sitting down. It was a little bit sometimes a little bit uncomfortable. It was a little bit weird. I used to like move my body around like this, but recently I started to I've started to put a yoga mat on the floor and I just lay down on my back, close my eyes, put a timer on for like 15 minutes, 12 minutes, and then I just do some breath work. I breathe like deeply into my nose, like until my lungs are full, and I breathe out to my mouth until my lungs are empty. That's how I do it. And that's gonna help you to slow your heart rate down even more. Because when you go to bed, you want a heart rate. You want your heart rate to be extremely low. Like not as low as it would be if you were dead, but like really, really low. And doing some breath work, like breathing deeply in, deeply out, breathing in really slowly, extending your exhales, is gonna help decreasing your heart rate. So after doing your breath work, you can even like um you can test your BPM on like a phone or your watch to see how to compare how much your heart rate has decreased after the breath work. But if you do it correctly, you can even do some guided on YouTube. If you do it correctly, your heart rate should slow down and it will be firstly easier to go to bed and easier to sleep, like to have a deep night of sleep. So like I said, put a yoga mat on the floor, lay down on your back, close your eyes, put a timer on. Like put a timer before close your eyes, then close your eyes. Do some breath work. You can do some different things. What I do is just I just breathe fully to my nose and then breathe out fully to my mouth. And then some time to time during that breathwork meditation, I do some cyclic sighing. So I breathe in fully to my nose, and I try to get a little bit more air when my lungs are already full. I do like a little, and then I breathe out to my mouth. I do like five. I do that like randomly throughout the meditation session, and I've discovered it from Andrew Rubin, and that's cyclic sighing. That you breathe in fully until your lungs are full, and then you try to sip in a little bit more air, like, and then you breathe out, and that's been proven to greatly reduce stress to doing that. Have been proven to decrease stress and increase relaxation and all those things. So yeah, you can do it like me. You can do it the breath work I do. You can do some different ones. Just do breath work like a method that slows your heart rate down. So for example, I wouldn't recommend you do like um the Wim Hof like hyperventilation thing, because that thing that's actually increases your heart rate because you're breathing like and like you're breathing really in a fast manner and not really extending your exhales. So a quick tip: when you like breathing in like in general like this, your heart rate is faster, and when you breathe out, your heart rate is slower. That's a quick tip I can give you. So if you really want to slow your heart rate down, you need to have your exhales need to be a little bit slower than your inhales. But your inhales also need to be pretty slow. So I still breathe fully in and then fully out. And this is also going to help you to improve how you breathe throughout the day if you do it regularly, if you do it every day. Doing some breath work before going to bed where you breathe fully in and out. It's gonna help you it's gonna improve how you breathe throughout the day. Because a lot of people, including me, breathe in a pretty shallow manner in their day-to-day life. Like really, it's really rare to see someone who breathes like deeply, fully throughout his day. It's really rare because a lot of people, a lot of us have spent a lot of time being anxious, being nervous, being in like in a fight or flight, in the fight or flight mode. In those situations, your breath like quickens, starts to have some shallow breath, and just if you don't breathe fully throughout the day, you won't be as I've noticed you won't be as just confident. You won't perform as well because you don't get enough oxygen into your body. So just doing this breath work before going to bed, it's not only going to improve your sleep. It's not only going to slow your heart rate down. It's not only going to decrease stress. It's also improve how you breathe throughout the day. And the four bonus tip that I don't really do, that you can do before the stretching, you can do this. Like take a hot shower. Like before going to sleep, like if you want to fall asleep fast and have a deep night of sleep, your body temperature needs to be really, really low. And I know it doesn't really make sense to take a hot shower to decrease your body temperature, but it has actually been scientifically proven that when you take a hot shower, like a hot bath, afterwards, after the shower, your body temperature decreases. And when you take like a cold shower, after the cold shower, a few minutes later, your body temperature increases. So in that process, I've discovered that taking cold showers before going to bed is actually a detriment to sleep. And that's something I I thought I didn't think was a problem in the past. That you shouldn't take cold showers uh, to like 3 hours prior to sleep or 4 hours prior to sleep. It's not recommended. But taking hot showers before going to sleep can be really beneficial. So if you want to really, 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 really improve your sleep, you can before doing stretching and the breath work, you can take a quick like a hot shower or hot bath, or you even go to the sauna if you have one. That can even work too. That might be even better. So yeah, take the hot shower. I don't do this personally right now. I only do the stretching and the breath work right now. But yeah, I just discovered that even taking hot showers before like stretching can be really beneficial. So if you want like just take the hot shower, then afterwards stretch, then do the breath work for like 5 to 20 or even 40 minutes, and then yeah, go to bed. And that only doing that should greatly improve your sleep. Me personally, just doing the stretching and the breath work has increased the speed at which I fall asleep and the quality of my sleep by a lot. And I'm gonna research um sleep more in the future. I'm gonna try some other things. But yeah, I'm just not in the phase where I'm totally focused on sleep. But yeah, I've discovered some new things recently and I want to make a video about this. But the future, I plan to make as I discover new things about sleep, I plan to make like a full guide about sleep, like a 1 hour, 1.5 hour long, because it's a really important theme. It's really important to optimize your sleep. It's really important to sleep longer. It's really important to know what you do before going to bed. So yeah, don't run away from discomfort, chase it.